Hi there, my name is Gabby. Welcome to this video. This is the first video of the mini series, The Single Mom. I am a single mom of three. I have three boys. One is 4 years old, one is 7, and one is 9. So I wanted to make this video because I wanted to share my story to see if someone could relate or if it could help you, or if you also want to tell me your story and you want to give me some advice. It is always welcome. But in this video, I just wanted to voice a lot of things out, right? I don't have like anything written down which I would like to talk about, but for the most part, we can start by saying, well, how do you become a single mom? Well, it could be basically two reasons. One, that you did it by choice. You decided to have a kid on your own. And the other one, that it wasn't ever in the picture. Maybe your partner deceased, or maybe it was a divorce, or I don't know. In my case, I was the one that decided to end the relationship, and in my case, it was the best decision I ever made. Now, I never ever imagined or ever even wanted to be a single mom, because I had a very traditional picket fence mindset, right? I always wanted to have my family. I do love kids. I always wanted to be a mom. For sure. I wanted, the basic movie package, right? The family, the kids, the white picket fence, right? So I wanted a pretty boring, simple life. Of course, I wanted to have my profession, of course. And that was it, that was my life planned. But things happen, right? And for 10 years I tried to make my relationship work. I thought that I was the problem, and I really need to talk about my past relationship in another video. But the thing was that I decided to do it for me and for my kids. It was the best decision we ever made because of the peace that we had in our lives. That is much to say. Okay, so even though being a single mom was the best decision I could have made for me and my kids, there were still a lot of stuff I needed to figure out, because when I left with nothing. I wanted nothing to do with the materialistic things that had been involved between my past relationship, and I just left basically with just our clothes. And I did bring some sentimental values, like photo albums and books and stuff that aren't monetarily valuable, right? So the thing was that I really needed to figure out first, where was I gonna live, right? And that was pretty scary, because for me, I am a very proud person. I like having good things. I also had a very good life economically, and I, thank God, didn't have any struggles. So I decided to leave all that behind, and the first thing I did was apply to all the public housing opportunities they could give to single mothers, especially when I didn't, of course, I left without a job and stuff. And I started from there. It's very hard at first because I felt like I was failing my kids. We went from a really big house with so much luxury to public housing, and it took a really emotional toll on me. But then I started seeing the positive side about it, like, I can make this place my own. Because in my past house, even though we did have a really good home, I had very little voice in it. I had very little voice in the decoration and buying stuff and anything at all. So I saw the bright side, like, I can make this my own. I can do whatever I want with it. I know it was gonna be very difficult for me to buy everything new. I had nothing. I didn't have beds. I didn't have any kitchen items. I had nothing. Like, I had to buy everything from scratch. And many people would like try to help me, donating me stuff. And I do love donations. I love when people donate clothes or shoes to me. I love all that. But when it comes to beds and furniture, I am really, really, really not leaning towards that area, because I have one kid that suffers with a lot of allergies, and um, I don't know how to say it in English. I think it's sinusitis in Spanish, but in English, the words I just got, oh my god, they got lost. So the thing is, I protect his little nose a lot. So I don't like having carpets. I don't like used things, because usually, even though it's clean, dust can be accumulated there, and his poor little nose would suffer. So I bought everything new, and I did struggle a lot to get it. The other thing was that I needed to find a job which would be the same as the school hours. Now, I am not a teacher. It would have been the most ideal job to have if you're a single mom, because that's the time that you could work, and the time that they're there, you don't have to spend extra on daycare. So basically, most of my salary would go to try to find a perfect nanny, someone who would give me a hand, because I don't have any family members that would give me a hand on them, like to take care of them, to get them in school, and just take care of them when I can, because I'm working. So what I needed to do was to either get a better job that pays more, or to find other streams of income. So I tried searching different types of jobs that can be work from home. But even then, I struggled so much. I tried to do a call center job from home using my computer and stuff. But they're three, they're three kids, and they would usually fight. They're pretty well behaved, but it's just so hard to try to be your best as an employee and attend people on the computer or on the phone, and trying to deal with your screaming kids. So I felt like I wasn't giving my all to it as an employee, and I decided to leave it and search for other options. So when you're a single parent and you don't have a hand on daycare, you're gonna have to struggle and try to make it on your own, make your own business, make something work out of it. So in my experience, I had to become an entrepreneur, because there was no other option for me. Like, I couldn't have a normal 9 to 5 job, because schools are unstable now, that you can't rely on that the kids are going to be at school at a certain hour, because now they're virtual, and then you don't know who would help you to give you a hand if they go out early. And it's just so many things. And also, trusting people can be another issue. For me, I feel more confident in leaving them with someone else because they're older. But if you're a single mom of a younger child, a baby, a toddler who can't even talk, or maybe a toddler who could talk, but it just feels like, to me, my kids are everything. They're like this treasure, this great thing in the world. I don't know how you guys felt when you become a mom for the first time and that child gets out of your body. You just have like this amazing feeling, like it's like a supernatural feeling, like, oh, you're so overjoyed and yet overwhelmed with so much love and so much feeling, that your life has a whole nother meaning. Like, wow, this creature, this whole human being, I formed it. Like, finally, like, you see sonograms, right? You can feel your belly, but once you have your baby in your hands and you look at it, it's like the most beautiful thing on earth. Like, you could travel to the world and see so many beautiful wonders, but there's nothing compared to the wonders of seeing your baby. Like, it's the best feeling, right? So that is one subject that can be really hard for single moms. And another thing, which, I don't know, from all this love that I was talking about, there are also moments that you do not love. And maybe this might sound weird or harsh to some other moms, but in very dark moments of my life, in some dark days of being a single mom, I would think, like, I can't do this. Like, why did I become a mom? and don't feel right. You don't feel like you can do it. You just feel so overwhelmed with all the things you need to provide for them, to meet all their needs. And it can get so exhausting. It can get like, in one point I said, like, I really, really wanted to skydive, and I still do. But one of the reasons I said, I really want to skydive because it was on my bucket list. But at this point, I said I really want to do it because, like, what's the worst that can happen if I die? It would really solve all my problems. I said that as a joke to a friend, and she's like, "Why do you say that?" But at the same time, you feel as a single mom that way, and it might sound suicidal, but no, it's just that you feel so exhausted. You can't get enough sleep. You're just always thinking, like, if you're doing it right, like, if I did this, if I did that. And most of the time, for me, I just felt like I wasn't attending my kids right because I had to do all this social media marketing, and it took so much time, and I felt like so addicted to it that sometimes I'm like, oh my god, they need to do this, they need to do that, and I just can't hand any responsibility down to anyone else. Like, I needed to teach them, I needed to be their one-on-one coach, I needed to be on top of them with their assignments, I needed to cook, I needed to wash, I needed to clean, I needed to do so many things that. And on top of that, the economical distress that I also had to pay my lawyer because I'm currently in a process which I'm trying to get out of the country which I am in, and I need to pay a lot of money because the father will not want the kids to be away from the country. And it's just so exhausting that I'm trying to make so many things work and not seeing the results I want. It just gets to me, and it breaks me down most points. It breaks me down like in deep little pieces that you don't feel enough, you don't feel like you're doing the right stuff, and you decompose. I decomposed. I broke down, I cried, I screamed. Usually I try to talk to a friend, especially my best friend, but sometimes I just need to lock myself in the bathroom or in my room and cry and cry and cry until I can't no more. And then the next day I try to make it a better day. So being a single mom, I guess, if you're a single mom, you can relate to this, that you feel like it's not enough. And it's true, because raising a child takes a village. That phrase is so true. And when all this stuff is put in your shoulders, like, you carry it so heavy, because in my case it's 3 kids and no help from no one, absolutely zero. I am struggling to provide everything for them on my own. I do have my mom, but she does have her work, and I can't rely on her to take care of them while I work, or to take care of them for me to probably go shopping, because she does work basically from Monday to Friday, and then on Saturdays and Sundays she does these other stuff. And sometimes she helps me to go to the supermarket alone while she takes care of them, but for the most part it's usually me and them going everywhere. And it can hurt, and it did hurt for me in the beginning, that many people would say, oh, don't you have anyone you can leave them with? Like, if my kids were like some pet I can leave in the house alone. I'm like, no, I don't have anyone. Like, who would want to go to an appointment that would have to wait 2 or 3 hours with kids? Like, no one. I am with them because literally I have no one to leave them with. So some people would not understand, and some would be very understanding and would let me go to my appointments with my kids, because literally I can reschedule. But for when, like 10 years later, when they're big and they can be on their house on their own, to me it can be really exhausting to not have your me time, and you just feel that you're doing so many things wrong, you feel like you're not enough, and it's true, you're not enough, you need help. And if you don't have it like me, it just helps if you break down. Like, I break down, I cry all I need to cry, and I reflect on things, and I realize again what I want. I realize what are my dreams. I realize what I've accomplished so far, and I put on the superwoman outfit and I'm good to go again. But yeah, it can be really, really exhausting, and it's one of my goals is to stay a single mom for as long as possible, because nothing's gonna happen. They are always gonna judge you if you decide to have a partner or if you decide to stay single. In my case, I have decided to stay single because I think that that's the only option I have, right? Because I did do some research about what men think of single moms, and basically it's not good feedback, right? And at first it hurt me, but at the same time I also read a lot of negative experiences of women who ended a relationship and decided to be with someone. So I got pretty traumatized with that, and I said, you know what, I've been 10 years with someone that was really, really bad for me, and I do not need that thing again in my life. So I'd rather stay single until I'm probably 50 and my kids are all raised and I can dedicate myself to a partner, because I am the type of person that I realized I am the most monogamous person in the world, at least in my perspective. And yes, sometimes I do feel so alone that I wish I had like a boyfriend to cuddle and to talk to and stuff, but at the same time I have my priorities straight, and I know that I brought these 3 kids to the world and I want them to grow up to be amazing, great men. So I have that priority. I have a priority to have my own house, to get my car, to get my great job, to grow my business, and I just don't see how a partner would fit. I don't see how I can dedicate my time to him. And this I all learned during a Tinder date, which I would love to do a video about it, because to resume the Tinder date, when I decided to go on a date again, my friends told me about this app, so I went, and I only dated one guy, and one guy was enough for me to know that the things I wanted, because I really, really liked him. I felt really hard for this person, and I was like, no, you can't do this, like, you can't. So I thought so many things in my head, and we are still currently friends, but I just discarded that option. Of course, it was not on both ends, right? It was just on my end, but I did think, what if it was on both ends? Like, how would that relationship would be? And I got so panicked and I got so scared. I'm like, no, it's better, we're friends. But during that time that I met this person, I've noticed that I still want this one partner. I still want to be with just one person for the rest of my life. And I know now what I want in a partner. I know what I don't want in a partner. I know my worth. I know that I can find someone someday in I don't know how many years, but I do know that now, being a single mom, that is basically impossible, because no one would take me seriously. I would have so many people DMing me, and they just want one thing. And it's not wrong if you're a single mom and all you want is your one night stand, because hey, we all need. But but in my case, I have learned to live without a physical contact, right? And I find it to be healthier, although there are times that I really do wish I had someone. And all I want to say that If you are a single mom and your priorities are to have a partner or to, I don't know, anything, the thing is that you do you, right? You need to protect your heart, protect yourself, know what you want, and you need to also still balance being a great mom because, okay, most of the times I don't feel like a great mom, but I know I am giving my best because I always go to sleep worried. Am I doing it right? If you are asking yourself all the time, am I doing this right? Am I enough? Let me tell you now, sis, you are enough. You are enough. Your love is enough. Your efforts are enough. If you love your child, if you're always looking for something better for them or for him or for her, you are doing a great job. So, basically, this is a very short video of what's it like being a single mom and the struggles and what's inside of a single mom's head, at least my head. um, that's my message. Like, if you're a single mom and you're struggling, you can do it. It is not easy. If you are having a hard time, feel free to contact me. Feel free to follow me on my social medias, to write anything. Share your story with me right here in the comments, please. I would like to hear. Would like to hear you guys on what other topics you would like to talk about in related to being a single mom. I do have in my channel other series. One is from my from the company I'm currently working on. It's a multi-level. I do have other content that I am working on putting out and currently brainstorming some other business ideas, of business of my own, but it is gonna take some time. Me in the meanwhile, I am in direct sales and I do love it. I find it so rewarding and so great. But you know, everyone, you need to do what you love and you need to just embrace every moment of being a single mom. I know it is not easy. I know it can seem impossible, but hey, we're not the first single moms and we're not gonna be the last. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. It will help me a lot. And please remember to leave me comments down below. Remember my social media. And I hope to read your comments, you guys, on the next video. Love you so much. Bye.